back in 98, so I'd been in some form of full-time ministry for 3 years. I realized that I was starting to fall into the trap of letting my devotion time become my sermon prep time. And I flagged that as a young leader as an occupational hazard. I'm like, if there's a good way to spiritually burn out or coast on fumes, it would be by making sure I'm preaching on Romans 7. So therefore, I'm reading Romans 7 in my personal time with God. So I started to ask a question I would later articulate as, if I was done with ministry today, what would be left of my faith? And you could argue now that I'm kind of done with ministry today. I still see what I do now as a ministry, but congregational ministry, my faith is very much alive. And that 1998 was the year I bought a 1 year Bible and started reading through the Bible every year. I'd done it a couple times before, but I just made sure I'm going to do this. So, what I saw in that was that the main rejuvenation came in my personal devotions with God and my personal prayer life. And then there were times where, God would really drop some pearls of wisdom on me when I was reading the text or have an encounter with the text. But I saw it as my job. I saw it as my task, that what I'm there is I'm laboring on behalf of a congregation that I love and serve. And so it was less about me and more about how do I serve people, not giving them what their itching ears want to hear. I read that verse too, but like trying to understand, what are they going through? How are they struggling? What do they need to hear from God? And how can I faithfully deliver that? And then the biggest part for me was, how do I make it clear?